welcome back to my channel and welcome the newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey by hitting that subscription button. It's free, and hit the bell notification to be notified of the new uploads. I would just like to mention that if the video is a little bit too fast for you, up top there's 3 little buttons. You can click there, slow down the video to the speed you'd like. Also, right next to it, there's the CC letters for closed caption. You can turn that on, and you can read all the stitch that I'm calling down here. By pausing the video, take notes, will make it easier for you. Now, normally when I upload the videos, it takes about an hour for YouTube to search all my words that I'm saying, so it can appear on the closed captions. So don't panic if you don't see right away the closed captions, because the video has just been launched. It will show up in about a half an hour to an hour after the upload. I also would like to mention that if you have extra yarn, extra thread, and you'd like to help the women in need, we highly appreciate it and being very, very grateful for it. Thank you for the ones that already have helped and are still helping. If you'd like to donate, right below the video, there's a little bag of $. You can donate whatever amount you'd like. Nobody's asking for millions. Anything helps. It adds up at the end. You can also go into the description box. My PayPal account is there. You can donate through there if you'd like also. Please always give a thumbs up on the video if you like the video. It does help the video to circulate and also to be recognized worldwide. I gratefully appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's one way to help me out and to help to continue to create these beautiful pieces. Also share on your Facebook public. It costs nothing. Everything is free. There's no charge of anything. So please help out to grow the channel. I do have a Facebook group, private group. If you have a profile, you're more than welcome to request to be a member. It's free, of course, and we'll approve you. You must have a profile. Be careful with the links that you go into the groups that says cut and bit. These are fraud scammers that go through your phones, your computers, and take every information of yours. Do not open up those links. There's a lot of hackers in the groups now. That's why I made sure that my group is private. I want to thank every single one of you from the start being with me, and thank you so much for the newcomers. It costs nothing to subscribe, so please do so. Thank you so much, everybody. Everything will be listed always in the description box for every pattern that I create, the sizes, the thread that I use, which is Portugal thread. They're 100% cotton thread, 4-ply, which is similar to Aunt Lydia. Number 3, which number 3 Aunt Lydia is just a little bit thicker than my thread, not by much, but a little bit. I usually use a hook 3 or 3.5, a small one for tucking in loose ends, and a pair of scissors, of course. So thank you, everybody. Any other questions, suggestions, please feel free to comment. You can always get a hold of me if your intentions are to give some thread or yarn away. There's my email below the description box. There's my Facebook page that you can follow also, my Facebook group, my Instagram, my TikTok. So there's so many ways you can message me. Thank you so much, everybody. I hug every single one of you, and much blessings to all of you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, everyone, so we're going to do chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to turn around. And now we're going to work 1, 2, and 3. On your third one, we're going to do triple. So we're going to have 7 triples. Okay, from the third one here. 4 inside of the chain. Two, 4, 6, 7, chain 3, and 4 more, and then the 3. So we're just gonna continue to repeat what we just did with the shell. So 4 more inside, and 3 more. So now we have our 7, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to come on this 6th chain right in the center, close it with single, chain 5 again, 2, 3, 4, 5, and repeat 1, 2 on your 3rd one from here, and then repeat the same thing as we just finished doing. So you're 3 and then 4 and then 3 chain and then 4 in the same space, exactly like we just finished doing here. And then 5 chain, single, 5 chain, go into your 3rd one and continue on. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I've reached the end. I'm going to do chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to come into the first one here from the previous row, and I'm going to slip stitch. Cut my thread and done. Now we're going to just add the flower, and we still have the singles to go all the way around, and we're pretty much done with this pattern. Very simple, very beautiful. Now the idea of this pattern, as I was mentioning, you can make a runner out of it. By how? Let me explain. You can keep this as a doily. Of course, my table's too small, but you'll see it on the reveal shots. You can create 2 exactly the same thing. Same size, same stitch, exactly the same. And you can add them up here, the other side of these leaves, of these, whatever you want to call them. You can single stitch when you're doing the last row on your next pattern. You can single into these 3 loops here, and you'd have one big runner, pineapples on each side and this in the center, which would look absolutely stunning. So that's an idea for you. Okay, so the next step is the flower. Now you can create any flower you like, but you have to have the right amounts for the union. So if you have markers, you can use markers. If you don't, then you can use a different color of thread to make sure. So where we have the loops here, so we have 1, 2, on your 3rd loop here, we're going to put a marker because this is where we're going to unite the flowers. 1, 2, on your 3rd one here again. This is the union of the flowers that we need to do. We need to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So we're skipping 1, 2 on your 3rd one. 1, 2 on your 3rd one. So you'll have exactly the same amount in one side and then the other side. So you have 2 markers on here by skipping 1, 2 into the 3rd. Skip 1, 2 into the 3rd. Now we're going to skip this row, 1, 2 into the 3rd row. And here again, 1, 2. Let me just check the pattern paper. Okay, so we're skipping only 1 here and going right into this loop here of the 5 chain. So we have 2 of them of the 5 chain here, and do exactly the same thing on the other side. So we're coming into this loop here, which is the same direction as the other side, by skipping 1, 2 on your third one. And we're coming into the loop here also, which is the same thing as the other side. So this is pretty much the markers where we need to add the flower in. So now I'm going to put this pineapple aside, and I'm going to create the flower with you. So I'm coming in with the off-white just to make the pattern stand out. You can use the same color if you like. I'm coming in and I'm doing slip stitch. So this is my magic. If you can't, then do a 6 chain. I'm going in 1 chain up and coming back in with a single. So I have my first single. I need to have a total of 21 single crochet. I'll meet you at the end. I've done my 21 singles. I'm going to come in the first single with a slip stitch. I'm going to come in into the same space and create a single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. I'm going to skip 1, 2. On my third one, I'm going to do a single. We're going to have 7 loops inside of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 1, 2. On my third one, single. So we're going to create 7 loops all the way around. I'm on my last 5 chain. 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to come in where I have my first single, and I'm going to close it in with slip stitch. Now we have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm coming in the first loop of the 5 chain with a single. I'm going to do half double crochet, and now I'm going to do 5 double crochets. So this is my second, my third, fourth, fifth. I'm going to repeat the same thing as I did here at the beginning. Half and single. So I have my first petal into the next space. You repeat the same thing again. Single, half, and 5 double crochets. So this is my fifth, half, and single. And repeat the same thing all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. So I finished doing my 7th petal. I'm going to come in where I have the first single with a slip stitch. I'm going to come from behind right on the center where we closed off, and I'm going to bring my thread to the back. We need to make chain loops in the back also. I brought it to the back. I'm going to do 6 chain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to come right here in between both petals and do a single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain. Again, where we have the single back here between both petals, I'm grabbing the both, one from this petal and another chain from another petal. Single. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, from the first paddle here and on the second paddle. So it's exactly where we have the singles here. Okay, so we're going to continue to create these 7 loops in the back. So I'm on my last 6 chain. I'm going to come into my first one, and I'm coming in to the first chain right on it and closing it in with slip stitch. Coming inside of the chain, now we're going to create the second row of paddles with a single, half double crochet, 2 double crochet, and 3 triples. So I'm on my second, my third. Now we got to repeat the same thing as we've done. 2 double crochets, half, and single into the next loop. Repeat the same thing. Single, half, 2 double crochets, 3 triple. I'm on my second triple and my third triple. 2 double crochets, half, and single. So I've done my second paddle. I know the poor thing looks all deformed, doesn't she? We'll just have to fix her a little bit, stretch her out. Okay, so repeat the same process all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so I finished my 7th, did my single. I'm going to come into the first one here with a slip stitch. I'm going to pull the string a bit, and I'm going to come back in, and I'm going to bring my string to the back. We need to create a 3rd row of loops. Now this time we're going to do 7 chain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to come behind again where I have the loop from this paddle and the loop from the next paddle and create a single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Repeat the same thing. So we have those 2, the last ones here. One from this paddle and the next one. Single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And just continue and repeat the process. I'll meet you at the end. I'm on my last one, so I'm going to come on my first chain with slip stitch. I'm going to come in my chain with a single. I'm going to do a half. I'm going to do 1 double crochet, I'm going to do 2 triples and quadruple. So that means you turn 3 times. And I do 3 of them. 1, take out 2, take out 3, and I have a knot on my and take out the 4th one. So I'm going to repeat that again. We have to do 3 quadruples. So I'm coming back in, trying to hide my knot here. So I have my second quadruple and now my third one. 2, 3, 4. So that means you take out 4. I'm going to come back and do my 2 triples, repeating the same thing as I started. My 1 double crochet, my half, and my single. I'm going to work 3 petals, and on my 4th petal I'm going to start attaching. So this would be my second petal. So we start with a single, half, 1 double crochet, 2 triple, maybe if we get there, right? We got there. So 2 triples, and now we're going to do 3 quadruples. Take out 2. My hands are getting slippery. Don't you just love that? So let me see, single, half, double, 2 triples, and I need 2 more quadruples. 1 more. And then repeat again the same thing. The 2 triples. 1 double. 1 half. And 1 single. So I have 2. I'm going to create 1 more, and then when we get to the 4th one, we're going to start attaching. Okay, you guys, so I have my 3 petals, and I started half of the next one, meaning single, half, 2 doubles, 1 double, 2 triples. Do I have 2 triples? Sometimes I can get lost. Okay, single, half, the double, 2 triples, yes, and 2 quadruples. We'll leave the last quadruple because we have 3 quadruples on this last row, right? So you do until the second quadruple. We're going to fix our pattern. Actually, we're going to turn it sideways. Make sure you're faced up properly. We're going to start attaching. So I have it sideways like that. I'm going to attach on the single right here next to the marker. So I'm going to attach it right on the single where we have the marker. I'm just going to pull right through it with a slip stitch. And I'm going to continue to do my last quadruple here. And then my 2 triples. My 1 double crochet, my half, remembering that when you're doing the other flower on the other side, it's exactly the same thing. Okay, so now again, continue to do the next one until your second quadruple, so we can attach it into the next one. Okay, you guys, so I've done half of my petal again until I have my 2 quadruples. I'm going to come exactly where the other marker is, and I'm just going to slip stitch right through it. You can take out the markers, you won't need it as you go. I'm going to come back and do my 3rd quadruple, which is my last. I want to make sure this is properly in. Do my 2 triples. Do my double, my half, and my single. And I'm going to create half until my second quadruple so we can attach it onto the leaf here. Okay. Okay, so I've done the other half. I have my single, my half, my double, my 2 triples, and my 2 quadruples. I'm going to come into the first marker, slip stitch, and continue my paddle. Do my last quadruple, my 2 triples, my double, my half, my single, and onto the last paddle. And we're going to attach the last one on the last marker. So we've attached on our first marker. We're going to attach now on our second marker and final marker. Slip stitch, do your quadruple. We're going to do the triple 2 times, the double, the half, and the single. I'm going to come in the first one here, close it with slip stitch, cut my thread, now you need to build the next flower. I'm not going to be recording it because all you have to do is just rewind it a bit. It's taking too much memory on my mobile already. And we're probably already on second or third video. I don't know. I have to check how many minutes are on there already because I can't fit it all into one video. Okay, so this one is pretty much done. Now we need to build. Of course, we don't need markers here on this side because we're done. So I'm going to continue to do my other flower. And we're going to, instead of starting by here, we have to start by here with the other flower. Look how pretty that looks, right? Okay, everyone, so I've done my other flower. I completed my 3 petals. I'm on the half. I'm going to start attaching on this side. Slip stitch and then continue your last quadruple. And then your 2 triples. Your 1 double crochet, your half, and your single. onto the next one and repeat the same thing as we did. Double crochet, 2 triples, the quadruple, so onto the next space, my quadruple, my 2 triples, my double, my half, and my single, and continue on with the next 2 attachments the same way. Okay, you guys, so I'm on the last attachment. Oops, I almost made a single there. It's not a single, it's a slip stitch. I'm going to do my last quadruple here. My 2 triples, my double, my half, and my single. And I'm going to close it in with a slip stitch. Okay, so pretty much that's what it looks like. Okay, so now we're going to go into the next one. We're going to start doing single crochets to close out the pattern, 1 per space. So I'm going to do 2 petals of single crochet. On the third one, the beginning of the third petal, I'll come back to you. We're changing up a bit. Okay? Okay, so we've done singles on the 2 petals. I'm starting, so I did 1 single where the single is here. So that's where we have the single. I'm counting as 1. Next one, 2, 3 singles, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Up to the 9th one. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 chain. I'm going to skip 1, 2, where we have the half. I'm going to start doing singles. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, you guys, so it's not where we have the half, it's where we have the double. So I have to take it down, of course. Don't forget that I'm following this pattern, and I don't read patterns, I go by the image. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to skip the single, the half, on the double. So we're skipping 3. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and 6. Okay, it's going to be like that. Okay, you guys. So we're going to leave that at 5 singles and not 6. I'm not doing the last one. I'm going to come in where we have the groups here, and I'm going to come in and do 4 singles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to come into the next one and I'm going to do 7 singles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, we need to attach this last paddle. We're only going to have 2 left out. And I didn't tell you that before because I didn't want to confuse you. So we can do it now together. You're going to count right after the chain 1, 2. Now, depending upon your stitch, sometimes your stitch can be 2, sometimes your stitch can be 3. I think mine could be a 2, so I'm going to give it a try. So back with back. 1, actually on my third one, my third single. Let's see how that works. That works just fine. But if you feel like you have to put it on your second, then go ahead. Another thing is, if you want to use just one solid color, go ahead. In my case, I could have used either the blue, continue with the blue around the flower, or keep with the white. Now, we're going to skip this one here that has no loops, and we're going to come back in the next one and create. I don't want my stitch too loose because it won't look pretty. And we're going to do the 7 singles again. So let me just tighten up my stitch a bit. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I think it will show more once I block it and have it nice in display. I think you'll see more of the effect of everything. Okay, so let me see if it's rolling, because sometimes you think the camera is rolling and it's not rolling. That would be a disaster. So again, I'm going to jump this row here. We have no loop, and I'm going to come in and do my 7 singles. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're going to come right on top of the double crochet, the triples, doing a single, single, and single on my third one. On the fourth one, I'm doing a double, and the next 3 I'm doing triple. Now you could have just do all single crochet if you wanted to all the way around. Okay. I'm going to do 3 triples inside of the space. Now, I'm going to change up the game a little bit here and see if I like it. It's just a little bit of finishing than the actual pattern itself, because it has, they have like 7 triples in here. I want to do something different. 1, 2, 3, I'm going to come in and close it with slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to come in again on the same one as we did and close it with slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, and come in again and close it. So I'm doing like 3 little peacocks, and then I'm continuing to do 3 triple. So it's a little bit different than the pattern. The pattern doesn't have any peacocks at all. It just has just the 7 triples in there. I'd like to close it like this just to give it my own little touch punch to it, so it's not exactly the same. Okay, so we had 3 triples there. We're going to do 3 triples here. And then we had a double. Or was it a double? Let me think again. Yes, it was a double. And then we have let me just look at it. Yes, it was. Okay, so 3 singles. Sometimes I just can't remember. It's just so much stitching. It's unbelievable, right? Let me see how I like that. I think I like that. I think I'll leave that. But if you don't want to put the peacocks, you can do 6, depending upon your tension, or 7 or 8 triples inside of the space there. Okay, so we're at the 5 chain. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm jumping into the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to repeat exactly the same thing as we did there. So we're going to do 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. 1 double and 3 triples. Three triples inside. Same thing as we did. No, like I said, if you don't want to do the peacocks, you can just do the triples or singles or whatever you feel like for your finishing. Okay, I'm just changing up a little bit the pattern at the end, making it my own. 1, 2, 3. Closing up slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And into the first one, the same one as we closed up the first one. 1, 2, 3. And why I'm doing it this way, because I'd like all of these peacocks closed together, no opening. Okay, so again, do your triple 3 times in the center. Your triple again 3 times. Your double and your 3 singles, and you're going to repeat the same thing until the end of this edge here, and then 7 singles again. So we have to do exactly the same thing there as we did here. Okay, so I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished the one on the edge. I'm going into where we have the chain. We're going to do exactly the same thing as we did on here, and we'll have to tie in the flower afterwards. So I'm doing 7 singles, 7. We're jumping this one, there is no loop there, and coming into the next one and doing the 7 singles also. So we're going to continue, we're going to come into the next loop and do these 7 singles also. So now we have the 3 loops with 7. We are where we have the groups exactly like we did on this side. We did 4 singles. We must do 4 singles inside of this triple. 2, 3, and 4. So we are going to come directly into the petal, and we're going to do, I believe we did 5 singles. So we got to do 5 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we must do, so we're going to do the 4 chains like we did on the other side. I'm going to skip 1, make sure I got it right, 1, 2, 3, 4. On my 5th one, I'm coming in. On my 6th one, I'm coming in. And on my 7th one, I'm coming in. Now we're going to unite them here, exactly like we did with this flower. Okay. We have to do the same thing with this one. So we're going to unite it. Let me just put it straight here. Right here in between the, so we have that group row, and then we have the next, so it's going to be right between it, between this row and this one. So if we count down, or let's say from the flower that's already attached, so it's 1, 2, in between the 2nd and the 3rd. Okay, exactly like we have on the other side. I'm going to come right where the single is with a slip, and then continue on with the singles like we did with the flower on the other side. Okay, so we'll just continue. Okay, you guys, so we're pretty much getting to the end. I'm not going to keep repeating it because it's too much time on my mobile. Now we're hitting all singles on every loop, 4 singles, all the way until you get to here. Once you get here, you do 7 singles, and then you continue again 4 singles all the way until you get to the flower, and pretty much you can finish off the singles here on the flower and close it in on your first single right here, and tuck in your loose ends. And that pretty much does it for this tutorial. So you would just come in the first loop and you do 4 singles. So it's all singles. The only thing that really needed to pay attention to was to hook the flower on. Next loop, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next loop. So it's just a repeat now, all the way to the end, all the way around. And then getting here at the edge, we're going to do 7 or 8, depending upon your tension, to close out that edge. Okay, so I will continue mine. I will have the reveal shots. There's nothing else to be done. It's just 4 singles for every loop we have on both sides all the way around, and continue to finish the singles here on your first paddle, because when we closed the paddle, the flower, we closed from here and continued. So all you have to do is finish that singles here, and we're pretty much done. Okay, so don't forget, even though you're hooked with the paddle here, you have to do your, if you want to do 3, that's fine, but I'm going to do 4. I've been keeping at 4. I'm going to stay at 4 singles. I want to thank every single one of you for being here with me and creating these beautiful pieces. Maggie, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I know you wanted this pattern so much. So I did a little twist on it, of course, as you can see on the picture that you sent me. But, you know, we all have our own little twists and whatever to make it more our own. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody. Until next time, I will have the video on the reveal shots at the end once I'm finished. God bless everyone. Don't forget what I said. You can make 2 of these, attach them on the 3 edges, and make 1 big runner. Take care, everyone. Don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video, please, and consider helping the women in need, for the ones that haven't yet, either by donating the super chat, super thanks below the video, or into my PayPal account. Or please, if you have extra thread, get a hold of me and I'll give you their address and you can send them. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless. Bye-bye.